Hello and welcome to another Planet Destiny video. Today is Friday. It's April the 10th. Sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's been a rather long day. I haven't slept at all. Been editing a fantastic podcast that we actually had with a pretty cool guest. You might know him. His name is Deej. He works for Bungie. Before we actually get into the exotic upgrades and stuff, I did want to address one of the small things that we've been getting a lot of questions about. And it's just about the upgrades themselves. Let me go into the menu here. So the point of this bottom upgrade portion is that for the armor, it's going to change the actual stat roll. So intellect 115 to 123. If you had a one with a lower intellect roll, like 115 maximum on it, then you would want to get this one. It also upgrades your light level to 36, enabling you to get to 32 with the helm. So if you had like one from original Destiny, it would only go to light level 30, and then the maximum roll would only be like 123 or something like that. But anyway, it should upgrade the stats, and then it'll upgrade your light level. As far as the actual perks, nothing changes there. For the weapons, the only thing that it's going to change is the attack value. You can see it starts at 302, but then it goes up to 331, whereas if you had like an older version of Red Death that only went to 300 attack power, you would want to upgrade it so it'll do 331 attack, and you'll just do more damage in PvE and in the Iron Banner. Now keep in mind that anytime you actually upgrade one of these, it takes away all the perks and you have to completely re-level it. So it's just something to think about before you actually go in and do it. Okay, starting off here, we have the Armamentarium. Light level 30, upgradable to 36. Discipline 114, upgradable to 122. Carry an additional grenade, carry more ammo for heavy weapons, and carry more ammo for special weapons. Overall, this is one of the strongest exotic pieces for a Titan. The ability to have more heavy weapon ammo on your chest piece is pretty cool. It means you'll be able to use the Iron Banner boots and still get that heavy weapon buff, and then still, obtain level 32. Also, the whole carry an additional grenade thing is great. I love all of the Titan grenades. Having double lightning grenade in PvP is just devastating on a control point. Having double flashbang can make for some really nice encounter choices in PvE. The only thing I'd say is that the stat roll on this is pretty bare minimum. The actual highest stat roll that a chest piece can get right now is 170, and the lowest is 116. At 122, that's a pretty low stat roll. However, if you want to buy this and then just save it and upgrade it later, I'd definitely do that. The Armamentarium is very much worth it. ATS-8 Arachnid. 66 upgradable to 71 discipline, and 62 upgradable to 67 strength. Overall, this helm, I'm not a fan of it. Having your golden gun zoom in for more accuracy, it also gives you the over the horizon perk as well, but without giving you the recovery from it. I just don't like this. You get a really bad disconnect from actually zooming in for your golden gun, and a lot of times it's just not needed. The golden gun is so accurate. Yeah, you will see an improvement on the larger ranges for golden gun, but it's such an odd thing to choose for your exotic. I'd much rather have Acleophage Symbiote or even Knucklehead Radar, because those actually do stuff in PvE, whereas this it just zooms in. Also, Discipline Strength roll for PvE, not really that great. It's what I prefer to run for PvP, but overall, wouldn't recommend this helm. Starfire Protocol, Intellect 133, upgradable to 143. The big thing with this is you carry additional fusion grenades, and you also carry more ammo for heavy weapons, so it's kind of like the Armamentarium in that, more ammo for heavy weapons, use Iron Banner boots, still get level 32. The intellect roll of 143 is kind of the medium range. Again, the highest one is 170 for chest pieces. So getting this right now and like upgrading it and using it, that would be fine. As far as the actual chest piece goes when using it, only get this if you really like fusion grenades as a Sunsinger. If you play Voidwalker all the time, just pass on this one. If you play Sunsinger but don't use fusion grenades, pass on it. If you really like fusion grenades, then you should love this chest piece. For weapons, we have Suros Regime. Bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health when dealing damage. And then when zoomed in, it causes the weapon to fire slower but causes additional damage. Right now, Suros Regime is kind of the best auto rifle. The auto rifle nerf a month or so back really hurt auto rifles as a whole, and Suros Regime, fortunately, its stats are just so good that it's still great to use in both PvP and PvE. While it's not optimal to use because the damage is so heavily reduced, it's very easy to use due to its extremely high stability once you fully upgrade it. So if you're looking for a first exotic weapon, you know, this one is still a good one to get. It doesn't have the same luster that it used to when it was, you know, king of all weapons pretty much, but it's still a very solid choice. It might not be worth its exotic slot right now, but for the fact that it causes you to heal yourself sometimes when dealing damage with the bottom portion of the magazine, it's really nice to use in Crota's End. In PvP, it's still great just because you can land headshots really consistently due to its high stability. So honestly, go for it. It's still a good weapon if you haven't gotten one yet. For the upgrades down here, we have Mask of the Third Man, 115 upgradable to 123 intellect. Maximum roll for a helm is 128, so that's a pretty high roll for an exotic helm. I believe, yeah, it's a little bit lower than what he had a few weeks back, but it's still a decent enough roll. Go ahead and upgrade yours if yours is a lower one. That's a pretty high roll. Overall, if you're a Blade Dancer, use this helm. You should know that you want to upgrade this one. Crest of the Alpha Lupi, 156 upgradable to 167 strength. Maximum roll for a chest is 170. So if you really like using Crest of the Alpha Lupi in PvP or in PvE, where you can actually get reses off a little bit more often, spawning more orbs for your teammates is always great. It definitely helps out on the Blade Dancer side of things. You know, this is a great chess piece, and the fact that you'll be able to get that slightly higher stat roll is even better. Of course, it is a strength stat roll, which isn't exactly optimal for PvE, but it's still pretty strong in PvP if you like to use throwing knives and blink strike a lot. Helm of Saint 14, 112 upgradable, 121 intellect. Stat-wise, that's so difficult to call on that one. It's so medium ground, also due to just how good Helm of Saint 14 is. If you like Helm of Saint 14 and yours is only goes to light level 30 or it's a lower stat roll, go ahead and just upgrade this. If for some other reason you're looking to, you know, upgrade it and you're hesitant about it, Helm of Saint 14 really is one of the best ones for Defender. I pretty much switch between it and Ruin Wings depending on the playstyle that I want to go for. Being able to just use your super a little bit more offensive, blind people that are in your bubble, put that in a choke point, I absolutely love it. Moving on to Crest of the Alpha Lupi, 124 upgradable to 133. I wouldn't recommend you upgrading it. If you really need to get that extra light level out of it, then go for it. Otherwise, it doesn't bring enough to the Titan playstyle to offer upgrading it unless it had a higher stat roll, in my opinion. For Light Beyond Nemesis, 88 upgradable to 95 strength. Ugh, that is a low roll. Maximum roll is 128. Finally, we have Sunbreakers, 97 upgradable to 104 intellect. 104 isn't horrible. He definitely has had better in the past. I personally really like these gloves, and it's actually what I use on my Warlock to get to 32 now for the actual upgrades for weapons. Again, only do these if you have a lower attack value one from the previous generations of the game. So, Red Death, solid weapon for PvE and PvP now. Last Word, you know, one of the top hand cannons. Many people argue it's the best. Plan C, fusion rifles, I probably wouldn't upgrade it. The fusion rifles don't seem as good. And if you have Murmur, then honestly, you're not missing anything for arc damage, at least in PvE. Thunderlord, always upgrade it. Best machine gun in the world. Super good advice. I'd probably pass. Wait till you get another bounty for it. And then Gatling, always upgrade it if you can. For the Curios, pulse rifle telemetries, hand cannon telemetries, and machine gun telemetries. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about my lack of cognitive abilities right now. I'm extremely tired. This has been Patrick Casey with Planet Destiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.